It's all about the real.
Let's do it, bro.
Boosie.
I know my phone fucked up, bro.
Boosie. Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they try to flip the interview to make it look like I was talking about my case. That shit like, yeah.
For a second, I was like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm fucking with about
I gotta get a mix of it.
That's good. They try to tie that shit together. We just talking about shit in the hood.
You got all that.
That's all we need. Y'all need to chill. You understand?
No, please.
Chill.
Keep being cocksuckers.
Chill. See how that works?
Keep being.
Let's talk about it, y'all. Last night, BET Awards. Math Hoffa finally got a chance to catch up to Boosie, just to ask him to clear the air after fans blamed their interview on My Expert Opinion, right? Math Hoffa, Boosie, as the cause behind Boosie's latest arrest. Now, of course, after getting some information on the arrest, we know Math's interview had nothing to do with Boosie's arrest. However, there were some questions asked, right, during the interview that had people looking at Math, a certain way. And, of course, certain people wanted to label Math as a culture vulture, right? Vlad 2.0. However, Boosie was conscious of the question that was being asked, right? And he still gave the answer. And, this is what comes with the territory of media. People have to understand when you're in this space and you have somebody like Boosie, right, or a guest that the people want, you got to ask the tough questions. Now, if I ask Boosie a certain question, right, and he goes ahead and, gives us every single detail, knowing that, certain things could come back to haunt you, knowing that police could go back, potentially rewatch this interview and use it against you, you have to now be more mindful when going on these platforms, right? However, we also got to keep in mind that, again, when in media, we trying to please the fans, right? How would it look if Math is not asking these questions? Boosie, I remember watching the interview, was talking about, he real, right? He an open book. So when Math wanted to prove a point of just saying, oh, you real, huh? So tell us, what would you do in a situation if you got pulled over and a gun was found in the car? Who's going to take the charge? Now, of course, Boosie should have, had the mentality of, look, whoever the gun belonged to, that's who's taking the charge. But no, when keeping the hood goes wrong, Boosie decides to, give up his details as to what would have happened if Boosie was in that situation. Just so happens, a couple weeks later, he's being arrested, right? After being caught with a firearm on IG Live. So, sometimes you have to be mindful of the things you say on the platform. Yeah, you can blame Math Hoffa, you can blame Vlad, but you also blame yourself because you consciously heard the question being asked and yet you gave that answer, knowing the risk that could come with the statement. You know what I mean? Now, until, reports come out saying they directly used Math Hoffa's interview, then, then we can say to ourselves, listen, Math, come on now. But in all fairness, this is the space of media that we're in right now. And you're crazy if people are going to have Boosie on their platform and they're not going to ask him the tough questions. It is what it is, especially when Boosie takes pride in being an open book, right? So that's just, my thoughts on this whole situation. I got to be real. Boosie, you got to be careful, man. Let's be real, because I'm sure you're going to do a lot more interviews since you was released on bond. So just be mindful of the things you say and do on social media. I can't believe it's that difficult to do these days. People just need validation on social media. And when you find yourself in situations like this, when, police are watching you, watching your lives, watching your interviews, you now have to be more mindful of the words that you put out on these platforms, because again, when they doing their investigation and they pulling up music and they pulling up lyrics and old interviews, who do you blame? When the sound bites is you talking. It's not the host, it's the guest. So let's just be, more aware, more smart, be more mindful. that, you know, these folks, they don't care about your money. They don't care about status. You're a black man in America that's rich, and come on now, they wouldn't mind seeing your name ran through the headlines with the mugshots. This is the usual, you know what I mean? But y'all let me know, what's your thoughts on Math finally running up on Boosie to get him to clear the air on this whole situation? Like I said, man, in media, it's tough, you know. Everybody wants to, you know, point the finger at the host and not understanding that the guest has a choice, right, in the answer that they give. So when they say media trained and things of that nature, listen, you gotta get in that bag, especially when them folks is watching, right? Hawking you, watching your IG, watching your interviews. You gotta be mindful of that. So y'all let me know, what's your thoughts, man? Do you blame Math in that interview, on my expert opinion, for Boosie's latest arrest at all? You know, it might not be the sole reason, but do you think it had, you know, a part to play in the feds running down on Boosie? Let me know down below. But that's all I got for y'all today. My name is SenseiRip. Till next time, peace.